Jerry Duggan and Javier Pina up the fear factor as the villain Nightmare targets the X-Men in the wake of Doctor Strange's death, feasting on their fears and terrors that keep the heroes from a good night's sleep. Jerry Duggan does a very light Death of Doctor Strange tie-in in this issue as the X-Men battle Nightmare, one of Strange's enemies. While it was a much smaller focused issue, it still continued Duggan's overall fearless arc of focusing on an individual member of the team and showcasing why they are on it, this issue being Jean Grey, whose kindness and compassion are the main point of the story. The issue did a great job placing Jean where she is now in her life and how she has come to terms with many of the things she has done over the years, particularly that when she was the Phoenix, knowing that she can't bring the people she killed back to life, but she can pay it forward and help others and become better of a person, which we see her doing here by giving Nightmare kind of the slap on the wrist and telling him just to kind of bugger off, and if he is to come back, she will hurt him. Fei Long's story also continues as he gets ready to take on Mars, yet his actual MO is still quite a mystery, but going off what he's doing this issue by using ruby quartz to get himself some powers, my guess is that he's using things related to the X-Men, in this case ruby quartz, which is what Cyclops' visors are made out of, to get himself some powers related to those mutants or something, or at least power himself up so he can take on those particular mutants. I'm very interested to see what's going to be happening with that story once he eventually makes it to Mars. Javier Pina's artwork for the issue was really well done, focusing on the shadows and the darkness that comes with using a character like Nightmare and the night setting of the book. I really enjoyed his paneling for the nightmares as well, and it added a sense of uneasiness to the story. X-Men issue 4 was a fun small-scale issue tied into the death of Doctor Strange that also continued to focus on the singular members of the X-Men, this time being Jean Grey, giving us a great look into the woman's state of mind and how she goes about being a hero now. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. X-Men issue 4 heads to the quiet treehouse home of the X-Men in New York, where Sunfire is on monitor duty while Scott and Jean sleep the night away. Scott, however, has a disturbing night as his mind is plagued with past tragedies, like the son he's given up on so many times now. Jean, meanwhile's dreams are filled with the fiery embrace of the Phoenix Force as the villain Nightmare appears in the home, enjoying their nightmares more than ever now thanks to their resurrection protocols pinballing them between life and death. Sometime before, the villain takes to the city, happy to be able to do so freely thanks to the death of Doctor Strange. He spots the mutants' treehouse, noting it's something new in the city's skyline, breaking in and getting comfortable between Scott and Jean, feasting on the nightmares of Scott, costing Krakoa everything. Nightmare says that Scott is a leader of heroes who is afraid that as the X-Men go, so does mutantdom, and Scott needs to be fearsome because most of the others fear failing him. Nightmare taps into Jean's dreams, finding her even more interesting than Scott. In the nightmare, Jean meets with Emma, who asks her if she made her own costume, telling the woman it's not something she would wear or likes, and nor should Jean. Nightmare calls the woman a lost child soldier before becoming the host of the Phoenix, and some genocide will keep one up at night. He smells another person's fear, honing in on Laura, who was having a nightmare about the vault, knowing that the woman is afraid of what she left behind in the vault. He knows that it would be easy for her to fix, since a telepath could just give her what she seeks from Cinch, but Laura doesn't do that since she doesn't love Cinch, meaning that she is now locked in a war with herself and she is missing her past, meaning she truly is Wolverine. Nightmare is suddenly yanked out of the dream by Jean, ordering him to be quiet while she throws him about the dream. Villain is enraged, but Jean slaps him hard across the face. Nightmare decides it's time for violence, wanting to remind Jean of all the souls she burned up in space. Jean catches his arms, knowing that she could make matters worse for him, but she wants to be kind, offering him the gift of redemption. She shows the villain the truth she spoke of at the Hellfire Gala when she linked all mutant minds together. Jean shows him how she was once the vessel of death, and while she cannot save the souls the Phoenix burned up, she can strive to do better, and she will leave this world a better place. She knows that despite being an Omega level mutant telepath, her greatest weapon will be her love and kindness. She tells Nightmare, like many weak men, he is projecting his own fears onto them. This angers Nightmare, but he is blasted out of the treehouse, mounting his horse as he tells Jean that he is above the mutants, calling both them and humans insects, and he shall murder sleep forever if he chooses to. Nightmare unleashes fear onto people across the city as he proclaims that Marvel Girl has just made an enemy. Jean, however, can hear him appearing before the villain as a giant construct, telling him that he risks so much by entering her mind and she is still clinging to her kindness. He needs to know how small he really is. Multiple Jeans appear around Nightmare, telling him that they are not weaker than him, shaming him on taking advantage of Doctor Strange's death to come creep around town. Jean wants him to understand that she has his scent now, and if she finds him preying on them again, she will end him. She slaps Nightmare's horse, which gallops off into the night with the being, never to return, as Jean knows that this was a tough night for many New Yorkers, but they won't ever know they had an angel watching over them. Jean wishes them all sweet dreams, wanting all of their negativity to fall away as she returns to her husband, who can see that he's not the only one having trouble sleeping, but Jean playfully tells him that sleep is for the weak. Across town in a graveyard, Ben Urich meets with a gravedigger, and they both find that Nathan Summers' body has been stolen from his grave. Ben thanks the man for seeing him, glad to know that someone else keeps the same hours as him. Far above Earth, Fei Long's rocket reaches orbit, ejecting its boosters as he tells the computers it's time. The observatory is readied, and they ask what lens he had in mind, and the man doesn't want to ease into this, instead looking to overextend and recuperate, then arrive at the party empty-handed. The observatory spins up as he chooses some ruby quartz, exposed to the cosmic rays through the ruby. Fei Long says that mutants have changed the equation, but he vowed his body would be prepared for Mars, and so shall it be.